This is Sunraysia Daily News with Sarah Harmon.
The brother of a Mildura man who was bludgeoned to death 16 years ago has marked the anniversary by calling for a new investigation into the cold case murder. 23-year-old Nathan Asher was killed in a sustained attack before his body was dumped in the Warkul River north of Swan Hill on July 30 in 1999. Two men were charged with Mr Asher's murder, but the case was dropped in 2002 and no subsequent charges have been laid. Mr Asher's half-brother Aaron Riley says he wants the evidence retested with new DNA technology. Sunraysia and Millewa Football League bosses say they have a moral obligation to address players' illicit drug use but do not have the resources to act. Millewa League President Adam Astle said it would be naive to think there was no drug use among players, but identifying it and taking action was a matter for clubs. SFNL President Pat Curran said coaches needed to stay alert to any drug use and the league is willing to listen to clubs about a whole-of-league action. Mildura Base Hospital is trialling a transit lounge to help patients transition in and out of its medical and surgical wards. The lounge provides a more comfortable environment for people to wait in, offering tea and coffee making facilities, television and magazines, and is also expected to reduce pressure on hospital staff. 6 of Sunraysia's World War II veterans will be immortalised in photographs at the Australian War Memorial in Canberra. Local heroes including Dudley Marrows and Douglas Cleary had their portraits taken yesterday, all proudly wearing their Medals of Honour. The portraits are part of a project to photograph all 14,000 World War II veterans estimated to be living in Australia. And there was plenty of puppy love to go around at Redcliff's East Primary School today, when students had a special visit from a Sunraysia Animal Rehousing Group's foster puppy. The students organised the visit to raise money for the group and help animals in need. They also learned about the importance of caring for their pets and having registrations and vaccinations up to date. And in sport, former Mallee Football League players and officials will converge in Oyun tomorrow to remember the good old days with the league set to fold at the end of the season. A reunion will be held after tomorrow's clash between Oyun United and Walpiup Underbull, where guests can share stories about the clubs and check out memorabilia, which will be on display. Redcliff's Football Club is expected to welcome back 2 Premiership stars for its match against Mildura tomorrow. 2014 Premiership coach Troy Moncur and superstar midfielder Andrew Lovett have both been named in the Tigers side to take on the ladder leaders at Quandong Park in Redcliffs. The day will also serve as a premiership reunion for the Redcliffs Heroes of 1985, who claimed the flag by defeating Mildura in the grand final. To the weather, Mildura can expect a minimum of 7 degrees tomorrow before a top of 15. For these stories and more, pick up tomorrow's issue of Sunraysia Daily. I'm Sarah Harmon. Join me next week for the latest news from across the region.